I had to protect his niece from a pit bull while my husband just ran off and left us in a life or death situation, and now I'm questioning our marriage. I, 30 female, am going to start with this. I'm still a bit traumatized and I will be finding someone to talk to. I don't know if the pit bull made it. I haven't asked. My husband, 31 male, and his niece and nephew and I were in our backyard. I'm going to assume our gate was open. I can't remember. The pit bull came out of nowhere and latched onto his knees. 5 female, she screamed. I turned, kicked it with all the force I could manage. I was lucky enough to hit it in the jaw somewhere that made its jaw dislodge. My husband, who had been a few feet away, shouted something along the lines of, "Whose dog is this?" I told him to get our bear spray from the house. I was in a panic. I'm an animal lover, but it was so insane. The people seemed almost rabid. I don't think it was in hindsight. It wasn't foaming at the mouth. It was just crazed. My husband ran, but not towards the house. He literally ran out the fence gate and shut it behind him, not towards his niece or nephew who is also present in an outdoor bassinet that I managed to all but toss onto the picnic table to make sure it was out of the dog's reach while holding his niece over my shoulder. I put her on the barbecue to keep her out of reach, but the dog was literally jumping and snapping, and I was worried that if I tried to carry her, I'm sure it would manage to grab her out of my hands. It chased me when I ran for the shot, but then I swung at it and I swung until it stopped. I don't think I will ever forget the sound or feeling. It was so high stress. I didn't even realize that it had hit me twice. I haven't spoken to him for a full week, even though we live in the same house. I didn't ask where he went. He only came back a few minutes later to pack us into the car and drive us to the hospital. He's getting angry that I'm giving him the silent treatment, but I feel like it's his fault that I had to possibly end that animal. If he had gotten the bear spray, I literally keep it in my purse, for if I am ever attacked by an animal or otherwise, then I don't think I would have needed to do what I did. It was literally just inside the door. He knows where I keep it. Instead, he literally took off to God knows where. Me and 2 children, that I'm not even related to, could have died. It might not even be relevant, but I don't even like kids. I'm staunchly child-free, and he's the one that offered us up to babysit for the weekend. I don't know. Is this grounds for divorce? I'm not sure. I can even look at him, and the attraction I had to him is pretty much gone. He tried to touch me yesterday just to move me so he could pass, and I smacked his hand away without even thinking about it, like he was some stranger at a bar because it was literally jarring. He's just been skulking around trying to talk to me, then getting frustrated and skulking more. I wasn't expecting him to be macho and fist fight the freaking god, but at least follow instruction. At least not leave me in a life or death situation with a toddler and an infant. Should I be able to chalk this up to in the moment panic? I don't even know if I want to hear him out. Update 2 days later. I thought I'd update since there had been a few things that happened. Kinda. Sorry if this is needlessly long and I didn't expect this to get this many comments and kindnesses. And I want to say I'm so sorry to everyone that has experienced anything similar because my god, it has not been easy for everyone worried about my mental health. I did get in through an app with my work yesterday because I decided I really needed it and labeled it high priority. However, it felt like it was just a parliamentary meeting and she said she wanted to get me to feeling a bit more comfortable because I was visibly tensing up whenever I started talking about it. And she even noticed it through the video chat last night. Also, I told my husband I needed space. I apologize that I don't have more of an update on our relationship than that. I wasn't as nice as I wanted to be, he argued, and didn't want to leave. It's my house, but I told him I just didn't want to look at him, that I couldn't look at him. He cried, and I hate that I felt apathetic towards it. I haven't slept well, so I'm not sure. I'm also just overtired and still so shaken, though I was also emotionally exhausted after the appointment, so that might have added to it. I got a few questions about his sister and her husband, so I thought I'd answer. They aren't speaking with him. I don't know when it happened. I was definitely out of it at the hospital while I was getting the stitches and everything, but I do think after I was done blubbering and trying to explain how something so terrible happened to their little girl under our watch, they apparently asked him where he was. I still haven't talked to him about where he went, so I don't know. However, it clearly didn't satisfy them. His niece just got out of the hospital yesterday, so that really triggered everything, and a lot happened. I had sent flowers and a bear and this one thing she'd been asking about. I didn't go to the hospital, though. I was scared seeing me would make her nervous, but his sister and her husband sent me flowers too, and it made me bawl again. I'm just a freaking mess, honestly. The father sent me a long message that I haven't been able to get through, but it's the sweetest things anyone's ever sent to me. He also sent me a $1,000 Visa card. I literally thought I was reading the amount wrong. They are good people and I still feel terrible. I couldn't have done more for her. Everything's just replaying in my head anyway. I obviously haven't looked into filing yet, but I am not against the idea of it and it really did help me feel better about wanting a divorce over this. I know fight or flight can't be helped, but now I think I realize that it's okay not to want to be with someone who would leave you behind. I think I can say I'm a fighter and I want a fighter with me. Maybe he'd be better off with a runner instead, too. Then he at least wouldn't be leaving someone behind. I don't know. It feels like I'm done, but I'm also just a mess. So right now, I'm just glad I have space. Thank you for everyone making me feel like I wasn't being ridiculous. Though I think it always feels like it should be multiple issues that tear marriage apart, unless it's infidelity or something. And it's like, I know he may not have meant to betray me, but he still did. Whatever his reasoning. Not sure when I'll be speaking to him, but I will try to update them.